Hello everybody, PuZZlePieceZ back. I am back from Halloween, and I'm so glad I'm playing a game again. So we're gonna say English, sound, and we're gonna go okay. So as you can see, we're playing Trick and Treat. Basically, just doing some quick free games before I get into something big again. Set up. Transitions, able. Yeah, put the volume down a little bit. Sound volume. There we go. That should be okay. So we have a load, save, back, quit. Okay, back. So this is a visual novel. I like visual novels. So I don't really know much about it. Pretty much there's two girls, Ashley and Lillian, I think her name is, and they're people of the forest, and you talk to them and you have to believe one of them and the other one's trying to trick you. So something like that. But let's get right into it. Ah, nice sound. The sound of your, I don't know, steps, combined with that of the occasional nocturnal animal, is the only thing we can hear. Oh, it's, okay, so R. It's terribly dark in this place. The dense vegetation makes it impossible to see the sky or light from the moon. Oh, by the way, if you hear anything in the background, like a door slamming or something, that's just my family. Our flashlights are the only things that light up our way. At times like this, one begs to not run out of battery. Yep, definitely do not run out of battery. Should have the Energizer Bunny. We walk without knowing what we are really looking for, or better said, for no reason. We are just a group of boys bored out of our lives. I'm a boy. Okay, I could be a boy. I could be a boy. Trying to create a lasting memory on this night, instead of just staying home doing nothing. Yeah, that's pretty much me last night, Halloween. It's November 1st, everyone. Yay, no more Halloween. Today is October 31st, All Hallows Eve, better known as Halloween. Three young men, I thought we were boys, walk through a dark but up till now nothing special forest, me being one of them. We are doing it to prove our courage. It's too bad there isn't a girl here to see how brave we are. You are so brave. I cannot believe how brave you are. Seeing it like that, one could say this is a meaningless effort. Yep. You guys are idiots and wanting to die. For a moment, I stopped to look at my watch. It's 1:49 a.m. Wow, that's late. That means we've been walking aimlessly for more than 2 hours now. Oof. I'm sure that many people would find a place like this terrifying. Yeah, this one tree is very terrifying. Look how many leaves it has. But once you get used to it, the fear disappears, making it feel like normal. Oh, now I'm dreading not getting some water. What makes us afraid of the dark is that we cannot know what hides in it, what lurks in the shadows. But this is clearly an empty darkness. At that moment, I sigh, feeling how tired my legs are. What is the point of being here? Clearly we had already demonstrated what we wanted. It would be best to return. I should tell them. Oh, the fog comes in. I was about to speak when suddenly the atmosphere in the forest becomes strange. Yet when you're saying the words, we should turn around, or this isn't a good idea, that's when the atmosphere in every horror thing changes. Suddenly a cold chill runs through my body. It was like any other chill, except it was not going away. Probably having a seizure or something. For no reason, the air's temperature dropped from 1 second to the other. So much so, my breath becomes visible, turning into some mist. Wow, you're breathing a lot there then. It doesn't end there. The air is now filled with a rotten smell, just a little short from being unbearable. Oh. Images of worms and flies soon appear in my mind, giving me a really unpleasant feeling. Something dead's happening. We all stop at that moment. Axel. Nice name. What's happening? I ask confused. Oh, that's me. I'm Axel. Okay. I ask confused while turning to look at my friends. By the expression on their faces, it was easy to know that they were just as lost as I was. Footsteps! Footsteps! It was... The footsteps kind of scared me. I'm like, oh my god. It was then that we heard footsteps nearby that did not come from any of us. We all got dead quiet after that. I don't know if it was out of fear or to check if it was not a mistake, but we stayed motionless, like statues, without making a noise. Just looking at each other's faces, wondering the same thing. Friend. Okay, so I'm Axel. Okay. What was happening? As if I could know. Oh, we heard the steps again. They clearly belonged to a human, or at least to a large animal. But there was something strange about them. It sounded as if the person dragged one foot. It didn't sound like that. Just thinking about it made me shiver. Damn, why is this happening? It makes no sense. We should have returned home before, but now it's too late to regret it. I have the feeling that we are being stalked by someone. It's a girl. The girl's stalking them. The strange footsteps stop, but I'm still feeling the presence nearby. I don't know where it is, but I know that it's looking at me. That cursed thing is looking at me. My heart is beating anxiously. I was waiting for like heartbeats. It's almost as if my body is telling me to get out of there. But strangely, my friends seem unable to perceive it. It seems that it's gone. It must have been just an animal, said one of them, convinced that we were safe. I would like to believe that too. We had a sigh of relief. However, bad luck would soon strike us again. Oh. Darkness. Unexpectedly, the forest becomes darker than before in just the blink of an eye. But that wasn't the fault of the forest, but of our flashlights, which went out. Haha, your batteries suck. Of the three, only one, mine, was still working, of course. What's going on? Did the batteries die? Asked one of them, scared, while they both beat them desperately, as if that was going to revive them. Yeah, exactly. I can't blame them. The idea of walking in the darkness was not pleasant for anyone. But after a few moments, we had no choice but to resign ourselves to that. Or resign? Something. Yeah, I don't know. Once more, the sound of our footsteps is heard. But the silence is different now. We are not quiet because we had nothing to say, but because we are afraid. What? We are not quiet because we have nothing to say, but because we are afraid. That doesn't make sense. We continue walking despite the fear that invaded us. Invisibly is almost zero, but we have no choice. This is not making sense now. In theory, we are walking back looking for the exit, but I cannot remember anything of this forest. It's a moving forest? We could be walking in circles and I would never notice it until it was too late. Yeah. I hate the thought of it. I just want to get out of here. ... Suddenly, my thoughts are silenced. Oh, the footsteps are back. We hear the footsteps of someone or something. Once more, the three of us become statues, awaiting the presence to go. I hold my breath while feeling my heart beating anxiously. Damn! Get away from here and leave us alone! Oh, that should have been more demanding. Unexpectedly, the steps are heard closer. This time, they do not disappear, but rather come at us. I can't stand it. Desperately, I move my flashlight everywhere looking for the author. Author? Why would you say author? You should say, like, the owner of these footsteps, not the author. Hoping for the light to reveal their identity and erase our fears. That'd be a horrible idea. Nothing. 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 Is that all there is around here? Just empty air? There we go. My anxiety grows with each failed attempt. I refuse to believe that it was a ghost. Well, what made you think it was a ghost? It could just be someone hiding behind a tree. Suddenly, when I move the flashlight again, I see a silhouette. Ooh, that's pretty silhouette-y. I could not distinguish what it was, but for the moment the light revealed something. Quickly, I pointed to the same place, only to discover it was gone. Of course, duh. I hold my breath anxiously. It was not an illusion. I'm sure that I saw something. It was then I hear something nearby. Without even thinking, I aim the light towards that place. Oh, and what do we see? Dot, 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 dot. What I found leaves us paralyzed with an expression of disbelief on our faces. What is it? It's a cat! Dun dun dun! It was a white cat with eyes of an intense red which stands before us. Her look is not the friendliest, to say something. What? Somehow I get the feeling it's a female cat. Well, obviously, you just said it was she. Meow! Suddenly she lets out a thunderous meow and leaves us terrified. It sounded more like a lion roaring than a simple cat. Oh. Roar! Or something, I don't know. The echo of her meow is heard throughout the forest, making it sound more sinister than it should be. It was then that suddenly... What? It was then that suddenly an Nope. Force hits us 3. Ooh, bright light. Dot, 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 dot. I fall to the ground. And little by little my eyelids close. The fatigue becomes unbearable. And everybody died. I lose consciousness on the ground of the forest without knowing what was going to happen with me. What about your friends? Interlude before night falls. Great game, huh? Click. There we go. Ooh. Is this my house? It is a day like any other, so normal that it was almost painful. The only special thing that could be said about it was that it's October 31st. How are we doing time-wise? 3 minutes. Far were the memories when I was a kid and went out with my friends to ask for sweets from house to house. Yeah, I know the feeling. Just remembering it made me sigh. I feel nostalgic. Some things are better when I was a child. Yeah, definitely. Or at least seems like that. There are some who had good costumes, whether of superheroes or monsters. My friends and I, on the other hand, had to use our imagination. Creativity was our costume, you could say, no matter how funny it could sound. No, that's not funny at all. I remember that my mother once painted red my face and told me, "You'll be the devil." But it seems only she saw it that way. When we went to home to home, from home to home, everyone said I was the tomato man. Aw, tomato man. But those things didn't matter to me since we always had a good time. Dot, dot, dot. If I asked for candy now, even if I had the best costume, I'm sure no one would give me anything. Well, how do you know that, Charlie Brown? Except perhaps a scolding for acting like a child when I was 17. Dude, I am 25. I would still go out to trick-or-treat. But I can't do that because I'm in the country now. Where no one is. But anyway, I can't stay in the past. Nope. I must live in the present, no matter how little exciting that may be. Yeah, dot, 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 dot. Back to reality. We are a group of friends who don't have any plans for today. Oh, I guess we went backwards. We are still not old enough to go to a disco. A disco? Who wants to go to a disco? Oh, okay, this must be like really old. And I doubt guys as us would have any luck in that environment. You don't know that. The other option would be to go to a party, meet girls, and have fun. Yeah, meet girls. Everything perfect, except that nobody has invited us. Well, make your own party. Not that being popular has its disadvantages. Hey, Axel, let's have a couple of matches. What do you say? My friend Steven, okay, his name's Steven, called my attention while playing with the game console. Rush Red? I believe that's what the game is called. A fast and quite complicated fighting game for me. I would normally agree to play with him, but for some reason I don't feel in the mood today, because it's Halloween, duh. I have no desire to play now. Who says that? I have no desire to play it now. It's like, dude, no. Like, that's all you have to say, but okay. I replied with discouragement. I almost feel bad for doing it. Boring? The AI is no rival for me. Okay, Steven said with confidence. Good for you, Steven. That you're playing on normal difficulty does not help your argument. I don't feel like losing, but if you want, you can challenge to Alfred. You can challenge to Alfred. Oh, okay, this must be really translated then. I said leaning the attention. It's end of the time. To my other friend. Well, we'll find out what the other friend is like in the next video. But for now, do stay tuned. This is PuZZlePieceZ, signing off.